Here we are again, Mosquito. We're on the Watto Maker. So I've watched like the first few. You basically have like 4 Mercy mains. Shouldn't really matter. When it comes to like, it's a habit that everybody does, and it's not like information that you should really like hold to, right? Because like, sure, this person plays a boatload of fucking Mercy, probably across multiple seasons, but what if someone else picks Mercy? What's he gonna go then? Is he gonna go Roadhog? Is he gonna go Orisa? Is it gonna be Moira? Is it gonna be Rhine? Like, what are they gonna play? So, sure, knowing their strengths is good, but it's not game winning. It's not like information that's gonna severely change your anything, honestly. Because like when you load into a game, you think of the map and you pick your hero. So like Anubis, right? I pick Widow on Anubis too, right? Because Widow is really huge. Like you can get lots. There's lots of pick potential, and you can really like play angles and corners and like little peaks where you can really like turn the tide. And if your team is able to like press W and get onto the point, you basically have free reign while your team is fighting on the point on any targets. So I feel like Widowmaker works really well here. Widowmaker, Junkrat, Hanzo, Tracer, Genji. There's a lot of heroes that work really well on Anubis first point. I'd say go Junk anyway. Because like there's like a 75% chance the enemy's gonna have a Widow too. Because I also run Widow on defense on first point. Do you not have a Zarya? I thought you had a Zarya. Oh, you had a Zarya, right? You have a Zarya. Hmm. Monka Mega dude, that's free. That's like literally a free 40 energy for Zarya. Whether it's by that spam or by that trap. No, you gotta go higher. There you go. You were too slow to rotate. So like, so the first thing is the confidence of like knowing where you can and cannot grapple. You have to aim a little higher. You have to aim like midpoint of this flat area here. You should have flicked the second you hit it. So like for me, I know with confidence, this is a literally an experience thing. If you know for 100% certainty and a fact that your grapple is going to hit that spot and grapple you up, you could have already been turned around by the time like you were attaching your grapple, right? Because the grapple moves in that direction even if you look away. Yes, you did. Grapple high ground. There you go. That was an easy shot too. Oof. Put either SMG him or put actual distance like mine. Put a venom mine down. Oof. Correct. Okay, so first things first, like crosshair placement is a very important thing. Um, I know flicking is like a very natural and easy thing to do on Widow to like literally get picks, and sometimes you get very like really nice successful flick shots on a lot of kills. But crosshair placement is your biggest thing. Like you want to think about the terrain and you want to think about like the hallways and things as you would if you were actually looking at them. So it's something called like the mind's eye, right? Like you have your you have your thing here, and then you have another eye here, right? It's called your mind's eye. The reason it's called the mind's eye is because you're using your brain power to think about your surroundings, your areas, without even having to see them, right? Prediction is a form of using mind's eye, right? You're predicting things happening, things moving, and such. So, per example, if I were to, I know that if I were to jump over here and start looking down this hallway, I know that if I place my crosshair like at a specific location, it's the path most commonly traveled, right? So if a door is this big and a character model is about this big, well, actually, it's honestly a lot bigger than that. Um, the character model probably fills about this much of the screen in the doorway, right? So you have essentially it's covering 50% of the area through the doorway. So you have a 50% chance of already having your crosshair placed onto the target by the time you do that hop, right? So if you do that hop and you place your crosshair in the center, you have a very minute micro flick that you can do to either side to where you will land a shot on the target. So, for example, in that hallway that Hanzo, he got away because you were primarily aiming at like here, at like the wall by the time you jumped the corner, or you did like a retarded flick where you were just like let me go back. I gotta watch that again. Like I literally have to witness this. Yeah, see like you started aiming here where nobody is ever going to be at, especially if they're trying to flee through this doorway. You see how much like yeah, like Hanzo is basically taking up 50% of this doorway. You were aiming over here, and then you try to adjust by flicking all the way across to like right here. Yeah, you flicked from one side of the doorway to the other. Yes, you did, and now you're dead. Let me tell you about this like amazing flank that probably nobody in your elo knows about. You know these windows up here, dude? You know how your Ryan crosses, so like let's say this is the arch here, right? And there's the doorway over there, right? And your Ryan like tries to get everybody across. Like you do that, you go into that back room, this health pack room, there's gonna be a window at the top over there. You grapple to the window, you go through the window, and then you're behind enemy lines, like over there. And then you can grapple your way up to here, right? So the trick is you grapple your way up to here. You wait until about a 4-second cooldown on your grapple, then you come out and you poke out. This gives you easy free reign and terror onto the enemy team. You don't even have to like strafe or anything. You can literally just stand still, take your time, and take a shot on a target. Any squishy target, Mercy's always vulnerable and available in this position, so you can always go for Mercy. Then, if they have a Widow of their own, or if they have a Hanzo with mobility who can just literally leap and crawl up and get you, that's usually there's usually a 4-second reaction time to which you will have grapple up. You can literally hop off the side and grapple to the next adjacent high ground. Hanzo can't leap across and make that gap. You can, however, because you have a grapple. Going Widow here is absolutely like a good pick. And sure, other heroes can also work just as good, but I feel like you're switching off Widow because you're not adequate enough at it. Like you feel like you're just not doing anything, which is good. You know you're able to recognize that, but the better mentality would be to recognize that you're not doing anything and then doing something about that, right? So recognizing that I'm getting spammed out a lot because I'm going to this one exact spot every single time. I'm always going to be in this one location and they always are going to spam it. What should my move be? Hmm, maybe go to a different location. Oh shit, that will work out pretty well, right? So like doing that flank that I told you about, grade A. You can also stick to the window closer. So the room over there, let's say this is like the mega, right? And there's the stairs here. And here's the wall with the windows. Right, this is like the room itself. So like on this wall here, like if you're like looking at the mega, this wall closest to you also has windows on top of it, and it has adjacent windows next to the wall of that too. And you can also get on top of those walls and just stand there as Widow. Okay, now we're playing meta. It's incorrect. It's more prediction. Only reason Brig died there is because Ryan let his shield down. And you were aiming for the Ryan. So, sure, you happen to get lucky, but it doesn't mean it didn't take any aim. Your hit scan at this range, dude. Just aim onto him. Yeah, so like at that range, Hanzo's hit scan. Just aim straight for the body. Don't try to predict their movement. If you aim center mass, you're just going to get a hit. Which also further reinforces the fact that it wasn't your hero pick, it's you. The fact that you lost that. Good positioning. Yeah. Good thing that Zarya reacted, dude. Holy fuck. So I know voice comms is a big thing that like in your elo is not recommended. Um, the downside to this new meta is that it kind of forces that to happen because you want to absolutely 110% communicate with your Zarya when you have Dragon and when she is able to get at least basically has the availability to use grab, right? If Zarya sees a fat, thick fucking grab with 4 people in it, she's gonna hit it and you have Dragons to follow up for it, right? So I get it, it works just as well without. But that fight you literally won because your Zarya had 9,000 IQ and was like, oh shit, dragons, let me graviton into these dragons.
I'm going to Zarya.
You hear that? Huh! Now you react. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Takes you 3 seconds to react to something that you saw and heard. Yeah, you're gonna lose this. You're gonna lose this. There's no way you win.
I would have got him too. Hanzo's low there.
No, you wouldn't have. You didn't react fast enough to it. You would have never gotten him, dude. He got the first shot off on you and you were low health. You just needed 1 arrow and you were dead. Good guy, Bursty, coming for that Riz. Aim a little higher. Aim headshot level when you're doing storm spam.
That's a lot of their ult.
That is correct. 3 ultimates. They will still have shatter.
Try to get it with the
Shatter Valk. Maybe Brig. Head level, please. Instead of 2 body shots, they could have been 2 headshots. A little higher.
Hanzo's behind us.
Behind us where?
Leave
On
him,
the
leave him.
bridge.
Leave him. Just go. It's a 5v6 if we go right now. He doesn't even have Hanzo ult, so what's the point? Mine's gonna have shadow, watch for it. Push around.
You could have planned for it too. I never rely on my Rhine to block shatters, ever. I actually want to block it myself as an individual. Just for the follow-up damage, because you can
Okay,
actually
okay,
usually
go,
get
go, go, go.
big amounts of
Go,
ultimates
go,
out of it.
go.
Huge. Yeah, you see how that their Hanzo killed your Orion as Ryan was charging? You could be doing the same thing.
Go, go.
It's huge. It's massive, actually. There you go. 1 health. Oof. Dragon it, dude. Never mind. I would have dragoned it. They're 3 on one side. You could split the point literally off so that they can't touch. I can't believe you made it out, dude. Holy fuck. You ate you ate the flame strike. You saw a big tasty flame strike and you said nom nom bitch, give me that flame strike. Oh my god, dude. I love face tanking that. That's so funny. Does Zarya have ultimate? Oh no wait, she used it. That's right.
Kill the people above us. Nice.
What people above you? Oh, Junkrat. Oh! She hit you with that nay nay.
Above, above.
Put it from up above.
Just call him Junkrat. Holy fuck, dude. So like saying someone above, someone above, someone above is like it's so stupid. This is not on you. This is not a critique directly towards you, but like just communication overall at this rank is disgusting. If you say someone above, nobody's gonna give a fuck. If you say Junkrat, everyone's like, holy fuck, not that spam rat motherfucker. He's gonna spam us out with tons of damage. Maybe I should actually start worrying about the person that is sitting above us whose name is Junkrat and does tons and tons of damage. You should be getting out.
Wow, okay.
I mean, you should have gotten out anyway. What are you gonna do in a 6v2?
Pull back. Group, literally just group. Stay and spawn if you need.
Okay, stay in spawn if you need to group. You're down 2 people right now. And where are you going? Like, I understand, like, it's a bit hypocritical.
Still above.
To be honest, you're the only person that can reach him, so that you should be on that.
Last push.
Because who do you have? You have a Junkrat of your own. You have a Zarya, Reinhardt, Mercy, Moira. You definitely, 105,000 percentile, are the only person that can do anything about this Junkrat. Nobody else can. Literally. Your Junkrat can try, but he's likely to fail, seeing as how you're both always dead at the same time. So your best bet is to take the high ground and contest it and take it out from him. I highly recommend initiating with Storm Arrow at this time when you go up top.
So can we go far then?
He has ultimate.
I got high up.
He has ultimate. You can, yeah, good. Go up here. Contest the junk. Damn. I usually ask for Mercy Pocket there.
I knew it. Oh, I didn't mean you want. I mean, this is low.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot that you could have done differently. Now we're obsessing over people's hero pools and SR again. Like that puts you in a worse mentality state. Cause like the whole reasoning and purpose behind like turning off like actual voice comms at this rank, obviously because it's shit calls, but also on top of the factor is that like the mindset is like that like you think everybody is a amazing player and they are all going to pop off and carry you to top 500 without you having to lift a finger. You could actually be the worst player in the world, but everybody else is basically going to be even better than you, right? Please, dude, please, come on now. Don't think that way. Okay, this person right here with this name right here is the reason why you are in plat, and there's absolutely no other factor. These people, your teammates, are not the reasoning. Their hero pools are not the reasoning. Their time played, their favorite heroes, their whatever, win rate, stats, none of that factors into you being in platinum. You factor you to you being in platinum. So one of the biggest arguments for turning off voice chat completely is the factor that you have to then focus on nobody but yourself. What are you going to do to win this game? What are things that you could do differently to win the game? Right? Is there something that you could be doing more efficiently to win the game? Was something specific stopping you from doing something? Like, were you always dead? Like, there's a choke here, right? There's a choke here. You go in there and you are always dead, right? That is what we call an error in positioning, right? If you die at the choke, find your way around the choke. If you're always going through one single way, right? It's like beating your head against a brick wall, right? Like just literally like beat your face into a brick wall and like fucking break the brick wall with it because you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, right? If you do the same thing over and over again, you become what's called predictable, right? Everybody will then know exactly what you're going to do. If you always flank, if you always go for the high ground, if you always do a specific thing, everyone knows that is where this person is going to be. You know what I can do? I can easily counter that and kill the person every single time they do that exact same thing every single time, time after time again, right? So you wanna be adaptable and change your vector of attack, right? And you don't want to do it consistently from the same spot every single time. You want to keep switching it up because it creates what's called vulnerabilities in armor, right? If they're holding a specific way or they're expecting a specific push, if you're pushing from a different direction, it causes them to move and adjust, which then in return can also create space. Space creation is a pretty big word that's always used all the time for tanks, but it's also something even the DPS can do just by their positioning and where they're actually attacking from, right? So like if your Reinhardt is facing off against another Reinhardt, but you are on the backside of the Reinhardt here is going to want to back off. What is this doing? It's creating space for your Reinhardt to push further up. What if the Reinhardt then turns their shield to you? What does that do? That makes availability for the rest of your team to just move a little bit off to the side and then get free reign onto the Reinhardt, right? So there's a lot of reactionary things that DPS end up doing to the enemy that ends up creating what's essentially space for your teammates for someone to move up or create a play or do anything. Or like, I've had situations where I shoot at a Rein directly from behind them, they do a 180 and my Reinhardt shatters. Like, shit like that happens. And that's strictly because of my positioning, because I went around, I went for a different attack vector, and created the opportunity for someone else to maybe, perchance, get some kills, or use an ultimate ability efficiently, right? Not just for myself, but like the reason I went there in the first place was for myself, because I knew it was an easy method of getting attacks or getting an attack vector in where I can get kills, get a pick, right? That was what my purpose was. But the after effect of my intention was that Ryan got a fat fucking shatter off, right? So that's what we'd call like an efficient move, right? Like it's a super efficient move where not only you benefit from it, but just for doing something that benefits strictly yourself, it ends up benefiting someone else as well. You should have done that recon a little while ago. So like a quasi dive. Oh, okay. Ryan Diva. It's decent comp, especially against your spam. I usually hit that Sonic on the left-hand side where that like meshed area is, because it covers the Sonic covers to like right about here, which is like all the information you honestly need. Big. Help you, Ryan. Nice. She was just standing there. Leave her.
Oh, what?
In early game situations, there's only two ways a diva can basically get back into mech. In that situation, if you had left her, she would have A, spam for her mech back, which in return makes her ineffective and she's not in the fight, right? So it makes it easier for your team to win. B, she swaps heroes. The downside to this is ult charge. So that's downside to this is time, which every single objective game mode in the game of Overwatch revolves around a time bank, right? So leaving her, forcing her to spam to get her mech back, reduces the time that the enemy has to attack a point. The B method, when she swaps in spawn, she loses ult charge. And there's a third C method, which is kill yourself. Not the toxic method, the actual jump off the side of a map. Anubis doesn't have that. So the only two available options are these. She's either going to have to sit a choke or sit somewhere safe where she can spam out to get her mech back, or she's going to have to go and spawn swap, lose ult charge that she's already gained. She's not even on the point, so it doesn't matter like if you killed her or not. Like you just helped her out essentially, reset quicker.
Oh, that's my bad.
That is your bad. You stood out of the shield. So they're split. Oh, dude. No. That's lucky. So the better dragon would have been to wait, jump down, and do the dragons up the stairs. Yeah. That pick didn't even mean anything. How do you not hear her?
Back. Why did you pull back like that?
How did you not hear the Reinhardt right next to you? What the fuck? Let's go back here real quick. You hear, whoom, whoom, fucking a hammer swinging.
Why did you pull back? Why did you pull back like that?
Why did
Why
you?
did you pull back? Why did you pull back?
Let's review this real quick.
Why did you pull back? Why did you pull?
Let me know when you see it.
Why did you pull? Why did you pull back? Why did you pull back like that? Why did you pull back? Why did?
Did you see it?
You pull back. Why did you pull back like that?
Did you notice? So you do this thing when you're mid jump. Just so I don't fucking start some random shit, open them up. You do this. This is what's going to kill you as a Hanzo player. This right here. Like you're in the middle of a fight, this is what you're doing. You need to not do that. Okay? You were literally spamming your WASD movement keys while you were in a fight with Reinhardt, and you jumped into the Reinhardt. You leapt into the Reinhardt. That's how you got pulled in like that. You jumped into his embracing arms of death. Oh, old Symmetra.
No,
Nope.
no, 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 no. The Hanzo's are fun. The Hanzo's are fun. Oh my gosh. Oh no, 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 no.
You saw him.
The Hanzo here?
You just saw. I think you just saw him again. Let's see here. You kind of saw him. I'm pretty sure you saw him in the corner there. If anything, you kind of like heard his jump. You see him? His name was too far away for it to be closer to here. There he is. There's a Hanzo in here. What? You just saw him on main!
Oh no, 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 no,
No, no, no.
oh my gosh.
Alright. I'm assuming you lose this. Your Mercy died super quick. You should have taken high ground instead, by the way. The high ground above point or across from point, instead of trying to run into a hallway or into a closed area. You would have either A, gotten picks enough to where you would have saved the point, or B, gotten your escape route to get out safely. With fire, you try to land a single direct and then you hit Storm Arrow. Oof. Yeah. That's why you want to hit it direct first. If you had hit the direct first and then a Storm Arrow afterwards, you guaranteed an immediate half health and then Storm Arrow like 1 or 2 times and you kill him. Even through Mercy healing. GG. Well played. Well played, Mosquito. So like I said, you swap heroes when you don't necessarily need to. You don't utilize high ground enough, and you're more concerned about other people and their hero pools and their plays and such, as opposed to your own plays, which is why you ended up swapping off the hero in the first place, because it was literally a you issue. It was not that Widowmaker does not work here, it's that you are unable to make Widowmaker work in this specific situation. Also, you're very predictable and readable. You always do the same thing every single time without fail. So that's also a big problem that you have. Like, you just do the same thing over and over and over again, which makes you extremely predictable and easy to kill. Yeah, so I know I've already done one for you before. I have reached a new peak of 4.1k. Hey, 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 GM boy. You can catch me on Twitch if you have any questions. If you're unable to reach me on Discord, because if I'm gaming and I'm playing the game, I'm most likely streaming it, or I'm scrimming or doing something. If I'm not, then I'll be free to help you out, because I'm probably at work or something. So, yeah, I appreciate you showing this VOD and sending it over to the flow feedback section. If you have any questions, let me know.